But I just want to talk about quizzes just so people know that they exist and how they work. So this is a timed quiz. There's 5 points. They can take it 20 times. There's a penalty for each time they take it, obviously, and they get 20 minutes. I use this for my tests as well. I really like this because when they press start, they get this big warning. This is a timed quiz. Once you press start, the timer is going to start. So, okay, I'm ready. Test is ready to go. Set up. This system is also incredibly robust. When I get students mid-test going, my browser's doing something, something's going wrong, I always message them back and say, hey, just refresh the browser. And they always message me back, panic, going, you're kidding. I'm not refreshing the browser. I'm going to lose everything. No, it's totally fine. This system is robust enough. I've had a couple of students, their power goes out, their computer shuts down, they lose everything. They restart the computer, they go back to the test, they click on it, it opens up, it saved all of their work, even the one they were halfway through writing, and they can finish their test. Yes, they've lost the 5 minutes while their power was out, but they can at least complete their test. And so you can see that they've got a little timer up here. Students who are anxious, don't want to see that. Just don't want to see the timer. It'll go red when it gets down to like the 5 minute mark, just to be like, hey, by the way, running out of time. But other than that, it's not very intrusive. I really do like that. It doesn't scream at them. These are also algorithmic questions I've built. So this is actually a histogram that the system, sorry, this is actually histograms. This is a bar chart. Histogram is the next question. These are algorithmically generated, so they can actually regenerate new histograms and different questions every time they go through it. They've got their little timer running. They've only got one attempt. Yes, it would let them back in because their timer hasn't run out. As soon as they press the submit and end button, then that's the end of that attempt. If they don't press submit and end button, the system will either time out and log them out automatically, or in the administrator side, I can go in and actually force end the assignment. So as long as they haven't hit the submit and end, then they can just rejoin and keep going. There's also tons of exceptions and all sorts of crazy stuff in the back end that they can play with. I won't talk about it too much. There's also a resources button, and there's also a print version. The print versions are amazing. You can print directly to Word files and all sorts of amazing things. Obviously, you can also turn this off. And David, who built the system, is very, very tech savvy and points out that you can make it harder to print. That's what he calls it when you turn the print ready button off, because it's not impossible to print. So you can just do a screen capture, but it makes it harder and just removes the print button. And so I just can keep going through this. And the other thing I like is that when I'm done all this and I go, nope, I don't remember any of this stuff, it's all crazy to me, and I press submit and end, the system then goes, last chance, you haven't attempted some of the things, right? I can see in the little check boxes here, I haven't attempted any of these. Let me show you one that I have. Right, so that one's wrong, right? And so I can see I haven't done the rest of them. The system says, are you sure about this? Just like I would for a student, if you read over your test, okay, fine. If you want to give up, that's fine. And I can give up and I can see this. This also takes them directly into their gradebook view. You can turn this on or off. For tests, I tend to turn this off until the end of the test and the due date expires. But they can now go back and review their questions and then email me and say, why did I get this wrong? I think I deserve the marks, blah, 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 blah. And they can go through and review this. This was really, really cool. Totally different topic for another day. But all my tests now, they go in after the test, review their own test, book a meeting with me, and we go through the test and say, yeah, you do deserve those part marks. And so part marks for me come in the form of a discussion with the students rather than me digging through all their work trying to justify a few part marks that they don't care about anyway. And that, I think, is, yes, all of my quiz view stuff.